guys, welcome to another episode of The Chat with K and J. I'm Jay.
And I'm Kay. On The Chat, we'll be discussing fashion, beauty, lifestyle, business, and anything in between.
So we'll be talking about what's hot, what's not, what's trending, what's in, what's out, and we can't wait to take you on this journey. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Good.
You ready?
I am.
Okay, guys. So today on The Chat, we'll be discussing, drumroll, New York
Fashion
Week. It's here again.
I know.
It's finished by this time, but
Yes.
it's this season again, Fashion Week season. For the next couple weeks,
Yes.
we'll have Fashion Week around the world.
Yes.
But we just completed New
New
York Fashion Week.
Yes.
How you feeling? Feeling fashionable today?
I feel sexy.
Okay. I mean, I did something,
You know.
really simple.
You and your black shirt, right?
Yeah. So to begin, we'll just give what is Fashion Week to us. What is Fashion Week to you? What is Fashion Week? How do you feel once you hear the name, the season comes around? What are you thinking?
So when I hear Fashion Week, especially the Fashion Week in the fall time, it just feels like a new season, new trends, new designs, and all that excitement in New York City. Everybody is in New York during New York Fashion Week.
Yep, that's
You know
true.
what I mean? And I love the excitement. I love the creativity that goes into Fashion Week.
Right.
You know what I mean? I remember when I used to take part in Fashion Week. At that time, I was a hairstylist. I didn't venture into makeup as yet. And it was just, you just feel like you just want to be successful. Like Fashion Week makes me feel like I want to make some serious money.
Yeah.
Because,
Yep.
it makes you want to live a certain life, like the lifestyle.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean?
That's true.
So, and it makes you just feel like all you want to do is just create so you could live that life. And so when I used to do hair for Fashion Week, a bunch of other designers and stuff, big names, up and coming designers. I used to work with them all, and you'd never get paid for New York Fashion. Well, I never got paid, but that's another topic.
Yeah.
But working in Fashion Week, it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole nother excitement beside Fashion Week itself.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, for you guys, I guess most of you who are watching are fashionistas,
Yes.
fashion people. So you kind of have an idea of what Fashion Week is.
Yeah.
For those of you who aren't, into fashion, I'll just give, in my own words, a quick, idea of what Fashion Week. So Fashion Week, so we have two Fashion Week, one in
Yes.
February, one in September. So for Fashion Week, that's where all the designers showcase their new collection. So that's where it's like for the whole year building up, they
To that
create
one moment.
that one moment that they everybody converge onto New York, and the designers showcase their new collection and pieces. So what Fashion Week is for me is it's two things. It's a feeling and an expression.
Yeah.
So, once it reaches like July, August, you can feel in your stomach, you can feel the butterflies, you can feel
Yeah.
the air, the air around New York, you can feel it inside that, yes, it's Fashion Week time. An expression because that's where the designers express, their thoughts, what they're thinking, their creativity, and put it out through clothing. And as fashion professionals or even, fashion lovers, people who attend Fashion Week, that's when we get to express our own style.
Yes.
Because during Fashion Week, that's where people really dress up,
Especially the street styles.
showcase, okay, then this is
Yeah.
my style. Because, on an everyday basis, you dress for the occasion. You just dress, if you're going work, you just dress for work. If you're going to the supermarket, you dress for the supermarket. If you're going out on a date, you dress for the date. But Fashion Week is when it's like there is no specific genre or purpose. You express your own style.
Yeah, and that's the only time besides Halloween you could
Yeah, you
express.
get away with,
Yeah, you
with
could
wearing
get away.
anything. Well, not anything, but if you wear something that's over the top or
It's
bizarre
fun.
or different than people, and on any other day or any other time of the year, people will look like you like,
Yeah,
what
except
the
for
hell?
Halloween.
But
Yeah.
Fashion Week, they're like, okay, cool, I get it. That's his style, that's her style, so that's what Fashion Week is for me.
And another thing too about Fashion Week, I've never been to any other Fashion Week but New York Fashion Week. But I remember going in the city during Fashion Week. It's like you put on the best stuff because you just want to be noticed. You just want someone to say, "What are you wearing?" Da, 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 da. You know what I mean? Like you just want to be noticed. For me, you just want to be noticed. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
just
So you kind of prelude into what the next point
Yeah.
I was going to. What impression did you get of New York Fashion Week before you were able to attend?
so.
Because hold on, stick a pin. Let's just put it out there. For New York Fashion Week, for the official New York Fashion Week shows, it's invite only.
It's invite only.
So it's not like, oh, it's Fashion Week. You can just
Yeah.
show up or buy a ticket and go
Yeah.
in. So that's why. What impression did you get of New York Fashion Week before you were able to attend?
Before I was able to attend, I thought it was impossible to attend Fashion Week because at that time it was in Bryant Park. And it was so exclusive and it's everybody who is like big in the industry, fashion icons, big time actors. And it was like, it was so out of reach. You know what I mean? And I remember one day before I got into beauty school and stuff, I was watching there's this it's Caribbean station you have back in New York. And then this designer by the name of Indashio was in
Yeah, I
Jamaica.
remember
You know
Indashio,
Indashio.
yeah.
And I said, I want to work for Indashio. Like I want to do his hair. I want to be in his presence one day. My second fashion week, I did Indashio's hair. I did Indashio's hair, guy. Like I literally manifested that. So my take before I got into Fashion Week was like, oh my God, I can only dream because it seemed so impossible. And back then, to me, people were more creative back then. To me, I could be wrong, but to me, it's like people like really went out of the box.
All
It
right,
was
don't,
like
don't try to jump ahead
okay.
of what
Okay.
we're
So,
discussing.
so I just look at it like, that's something I may never can get into, but I would love to get into because it just looks so exciting. It looks, honestly, people just look like money walking around. Like,
Yeah, my impression of New York Fashion Week before I was able to attend, it was interesting. I had mixed feelings. I was like, so you have a scale where excited and sad. I was in the middle because I was both excited and sad.
Yeah.
Because as I mentioned, once Fashion Week comes around, at that time I was just into fashion,
Yeah.
getting the whole feeler, and that time was very exciting.
Yeah.
But yes, New York Fashion Week coming around, so I was excited because as you mentioned Bryant Park, I used to purposely just walk there
And
for
hang
no
out,
reason.
yes.
But the sad part was I couldn't get in.
couldn't.
So it was like I'm excited for Fashion Week, but I'm sad because I can't experience it, and it was so painful
Very.
because
You see the tents up and you just.
so that's the thing with Bryant Park. It was like you almost couldn't see anything or see anybody. It's not like with Lincoln Center where it's a bigger space where you can see people coming in, but you could because at Bryant Park they had different entrances and it was just that area and I couldn't see and you could from outside you can hear what's going on inside. You can see silhouettes of people
Yeah.
moving, walking around, but you just
Can't
couldn't
get
get in. And I was like, man, one day I want, and that's the crazy thing about me and fashion. That was one thing that really pushed me into fashion to say, you know what, I have to make it in fashion because I want to be in there.
Yeah.
And I was like, at that time I was just a photographer. So I was like, in my head, I was like, will this alone get me in there?
Yeah.
Which yes,
It did.
because a lot of photographers work Fashion Week, but I was like, no, even though I want to get in, I don't want to get in as a photographer. I want to experience it. I want to sit. I want to be like an editor, a buyer, celebrities within that category where I can sit and, watch a show. So I had mixed feelings. I was happy and sad, and it was a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I got to experience Fashion Week behind the scenes doing hair. And I got to experience Fashion Week sitting in the audience.
Right.
And they're both exciting. Yeah. Don't mean to cut you off, but my very, very, very first Fashion Week behind the scenes I was doing, I went to do hair, but the lady that got us from beauty school, like people used to just get us from beauty school to be a part of these things. So I went to a lot of fashion shows because.
All right. You're still running ahead.
Okay.
So all right. So my next question to you is, what was it like after attending New York Fashion Week? So now we couldn't attend.
And
now you're
we-
able to
yes.
to attend.
So
Tell me about
my
it.
very first Fashion Week, like we got pulled, my very first fashion show, because Fashion Week is a week long and we go to different shows. So this lady, she had a cosmetic company, up and coming cosmetic brand, and she got us from beauty school. It's a good and bad story, real quick, right? And so we went to do hair. I won't name the company, the lady. I won't do that, even though I am. But I went there specifically to do hair. But she said she wants makeup artists. I couldn't do makeup at that time. Like I didn't know how to do other people's makeup. So she brought us to her studio. She has a studio. She brought us to her studio, and she was teaching us, like rehearsing with us how to do the looks that she wanted, because the designers give you looks
Right.
and you have to execute those looks. So she brought us from beauty school and she said, you got to practice these looks. I went to do hair, but because she didn't want hairstylists, she wanted makeup artists. I just hung around with the other students. And while trying to learn how to do, I did a little thing. The day of the fashion show, when I went with her backstage, I got nervous. I started freaking out because it's my very first one. And I'm doing the makeup, and she came over and she stopped me and she's like, you would never be a makeup artist. Just leave.
no.
Just get out. And I told myself, no one will ever in life
Do that
humiliate me like that again. So it hit my confidence. I really didn't want to do makeup. I just focused on hair, but I made sure whatever hairstyle I'm doing, it's going to be the best, because no one is going to humiliate me like that in front of people at Fashion Week.
Yeah. No, that's
So my real time now that I got, I've never done professional makeup at Fashion Week. I've always just done hair. So my next experience was with Indashio. I worked behind the scenes with Indashio and a couple of the Basketball Wives, LA back then, and Jersey Shore cast. It was so fun. And Indashio, Indashio is such a beautiful soul. And what else? And then that's behind the scenes. And I work a few other design. I think I did Marc Jacobs too, behind the
Okay.
scene, but I assisted. I wasn't like the main hair, so like I assisted with other hairstylists. Because I'm telling you, they used to pull us from beauty school, and it was so fun.
Yeah, because they used to use, like for hair and makeup, they use a lot of students from the beauty schools.
So it was so good. And it was like beauty schools from all over New York. It wasn't just the one beauty school.
Right.
And then when I got a chance to sit in the audience now, I was working at Lord & Taylor on top of doing hair and makeup, and I was one of the stylists for BCBG. So I got
used to love that show so much.
yes, I love BCBG fashion shows. So I got to sit in the audience, and I got to meet, the owner, and it was just a different. That was the time we went to Lincoln Center together, me and you.
Yeah.
And then from that, I got invited to a few other shows, because getting that email that you're invited to a show, that email, when you get invited to Fashion Week is a different, it's like getting accepted into college. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, because the same thing, like for me, I mentioned previously how I felt not being able to attend.
Yeah.
Now being able to attend, it's on the other end of the scale. No, it's the excitement
Excitement, yeah.
scale because, and what really gave me that experience or no eligible, if you may, or able to attend was after I launched a magazine. You know, because I said as a photographer, I didn't get in as a photographer
no.
because after a while I kind of switched the focus from photographer to the editorial
Editor,
side
yeah.
as a magazine editor. So once my magazine got big and recognized, I remember my first invitation I got for Fashion Week, and it was for the official New York Fashion Week. I couldn't believe.
Yeah.
That's when I felt as if, okay, I made it.
Yeah.
My name is out there because an invitation, my magazine name was there and my personal name. So it was like, and these big designers, I'm like, they know me now. It's that feeling you get and being able to know. So I never made it to Brand Park.
I never made it.
So
to
sad
Brand
because when my first experience at Fashion Week was at Lincoln Center.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think it that kind of changed anything for me
Yeah.
because you wanted the Fashion Week experience.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, I would like to, but they expanded and they needed a bigger space. So
Yeah.
Lincoln Center, and it was amazing. You talk about celebrities. I met so much celebrities over
oh my
the
God.
years. I met Whoopi Goldberg. I met Kelly Catrone from America's Next Top Model.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Rihanna. I tried to get a picture, but after the show, everybody
Yeah.
rushed on her. I couldn't. Who else? I saw Cardi B. There was a bunch of different celebrities and designers, but it was amazing. And then every year getting more and more and more invitations.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to attend all of them. So it changed from not being able to go to
being
any
able to
to know I
attend.
had to like
choose and
check
refuse.
off like which ones I can go to and which ones I
Yeah.
can't because there were shows that conflicted were at the same time. So I couldn't be in two places at the same time. And then there were shows that were so close together that, I couldn't make it. But, I went to the ones I could have attended and then got information from the PR, about the show, so
Yeah.
I could still, do stories on them. So after being able to attend the show, it was a different feeling. As you said, getting invitation is like getting accepted to
Yeah,
college.
'cause-
It's that feeling.
Because it's like Fashion Week, it's it's different now, but to me Fashion Week is so exclusive. If you're not invited, yes, you could still see some street fashions and whatever, but being inside those shows, I can't
Yeah.
explain.
But people can. So this is the next part of it because you have the official New York Fashion Week, which is invite only, but you have a lot of other organizations and designers and
Yeah.
showrooms that have their own fashion week around the same
Same
time.
time,
So
yeah.
like for those shows, you can RSVP or you can buy tickets.
Buy tickets, yeah.
Right. So I think everybody, well, not I think, I know everybody can get a taste of the New York Fashion Week experience one way or the other. If you're into fashion and you want to taste it,
Yeah.
you can because, yes, you might not get the same feeling
Feeling.
of being able to go to the official ones, but the other ones outside of it are just as great. They're amazing.
And
as well.
celebrities go to those ones too.
Yep. So
you know?
it's you're not really losing, so to speak. But just if you love fashion, I feel like everybody should at least get one experience.
Yeah.
It is beautiful.
You know what
It
other
is.
thing about New York Fashion Week that I absolutely love and I absolutely miss? Fashion night out.
Yeah.
Listen, there's nothing
I was
like
sad
fashion night
when they
out. I was
discontinued
so
that.
sad. Fashion night out is the kickoff to New York Fashion Week.
And the great part of it is for those who say they don't want to go to the show or they can't get into the show. Fashion Night Out gave you that
Like a preview.
taste, right?
Yeah.
So you were because it was in the streets, so you could get a taste of
Yeah.
it. You could get a feel of the energy, get some of the vibes, you know, because people who were just regular people who
Yeah.
didn't really care for Fashion Week, they did love Fashion Night Out because in the same breath you had celebrities and
Yeah,
designers walking the
around,
street
just
from where you used to
walking
go
around
in
like
Soho,
normal people. Yeah.
you know. So, and I think the general public kind of look forward to that more than
yeah.
Fashion Week because, as I said, they weren't able to attend Fashion Week, but Fashion Night Out was more. There were more energy, more excitement. It's in the streets. You see different designers. I remember, who was it? I think it was Rihanna as well. I'm not sure, but she was in one of the stores in Soho, and you know we were down the block, and we heard that
that was the night me and you was
it was the
out?
same.
Yeah.
We heard that she was there, and then everybody
and then
was
she was gone.
rushing to the store. But well, I think Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Usain Bolt was there one night. I think he went to the Puma store, and we heard that he was there as well. And by the time, so what they did was when the celebrities got in, and you know, I think they
They'll
let
close-
they
like, close the-
let in
yeah.
some of, you know, the shoppers, and then they'll close it. So you normally have this huge crowd outside the store, and you know, you're trying to get a glimpse inside the store to see if you see the celebrities and stuff. It was amazing.
I met Rihanna twice. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
for you.
But, so this is another experience that I had at Fashion Week that it's one of the things that I regret. So when I left beauty school, I really didn't understand call time really. Like I'm still getting used to this whole thing. And you remember Carrie D from American Next Top Model?
Yeah.
She personally asked me to come and do her hair
Nice.
for an event during Fashion Week. I did not understand the call sheets and all of that. And I showed up to a different hotel.
Oh Lord. So you didn't understand the
And-
address either?
I understand the address. No, but because listen, she was staying at that hotel. But I was thinking about that hotel that she was at. That's where I met her. That's where I got introduced to her.
Okay.
Then they send you the call time and everything the night before.
Where you were supposed to do the
Yes,
hair
and
was a different.
It was a
hotel
different,
from
and then
where- okay.
and then sometime with these things, call sheets and everything can just change within you could an hour or even 20 minutes before. Things could just change.
Okay.
But it changed, and I didn't pay attention to the new
Oh,
location.
you didn't check your email.
I did check my email, but I'm like, I know where I'm going, so I just know the time is different. Blah blah blah. I showed up at the hotel. I texted her, and I'm like, she's like, I'm already gone. I already got somebody else.
Oh crap.
And
oh no.
I cried that day
bet.
because I know that would have changed a
that's
lot of things for me.
Yep.
You know, I don't know what she's doing now, but I know back then that was a golden ticket.
Right.
Because because she was the winner and everybody wanted to, you know, it was all about Cardi. And she chose me to do her hair. And I missed, I mean, I still have the picture
I know
of
feeling. I know the feeling.
the
that
hair
has
that,
happened to
yep.
me before in missing.
I'm telling you, that sucked, guys.
All right. So we spoke about before the experience. We spoke about being able to experience it. So I think this one is a very important one in relation to today's age. How has New York Fashion Week changed?
Honestly, I feel like it's changed a lot because the Lincoln Center gave you a really different experience. Now I feel like Fashion Week is so private.
It's private now.
To me, it's like, you remember how Bryant Park was so exclusive and it's like you're there, but you can't really see. Now you don't even know where it is because everyone is having their own thing.
Okay.
And if you're not invited or if you are not into fashion or like most people to RSVP and stuff like that, and honestly, it's just not the same. It's not as fun. It's not as exciting as it used to be for me.
Because the excitement was
Yeah.
about the location.
The location.
And everybody converging.
Yeah, and then
at
with the
one
Lincoln
place.
Center, what I liked about the Lincoln Center is all those street fashions outside. It was like a different fashion week going on outside
Right.
with the street fashion. You still have street fashion during Fashion Week and stuff, but it's just not the same. And I'm not so involved in Fashion Week like I used to be, you know, so I could be wrong about a lot of things, but you know.
Well,
it's not the
I
same.
kind of agree with what you mentioned about, you know, it not being in one central location
Yeah.
anymore. It's spread across the city, so the excitement is different. But at the same time, the change that is one change. I agree with that change. The change that I would mention is since the emergence of like influencers and social media, it has changed even more because, and I think to some extent it's for good because at the same time, before at that time, there weren't really social media. So as I said, if you didn't attend the show, you didn't know anything that happened. You don't see nothing. You have to wait until the designer, put out their collection, the images of the collection and stuff. Now you're seeing stuff real time
Real time, yeah.
because once the shows are going on, now
You can watch it
a lot
online.
of designers, with what happened with COVID and stuff like that, with virtual, now a lot of designers are, even New York Fashion Week itself, are streaming the shows live. So, I mean, the whole thing of really getting in, it's not that bad anymore because yes, you still want to get in to be physically there,
yeah.
but now you can
Yeah, but
watch the
it's-
shows online. You have social media, personal, because now you have, on top of celebrities being at the show, you have now like a lot of influencers and bloggers at the shows. So they post pictures live. They go live on Instagram and stuff like that. So you're able to now be a part of it from home.
That's true. I hear that, but I just feel like yes, you still feel involved in Fashion Week, but I just feel like being there.
Nothing beats.
It's
nothing
just,
beats being there.
The excitement
for sure.
is different.
Yeah, nothing beats
Yeah.
being there. But it has changed, with time. Media has changed, technology has changed, and we would have expected
That would
everything
change
around
too,
it changed.
yeah.
So that I won't. I mean, I can't bash it.
Yeah.
But I welcome it.
I mean, I'm not involved in Fashion Week like I used to anymore. I don't even go to any shows, so it's not.
So that kind of
Yeah.
that kind of take away the excitement then
excitement,
because
yeah.
if you're not going to the shows, then you're not going to really feel
Yeah.
the excitement. So this is my next point. What are some of your standout designers over the years? So over the years, being attending Fashion Week, what designers you always look forward to each season? You can just list them.
Honestly, I always love BCBG because I feel like
Mm-hmm.
their stuff is just really beautiful. It if you're a girl with extra baggage like me, love handles and stuff like that, BCBG really do fits and it just suck you in and it just make you just sexy and I always love Stevie Boy.
Right.
I love Stevie Boy. He is just out of this world. I love him. Another designer, Laquan Smith. He's been consistent over the years. I've had the opportunity, thank God, back then when I used to be involved, to assist on one of his shoots. You know what I mean? Like he's a beautiful human being, and his collection is gorgeous.
Right.
Every season, he never disappoints.
Right.
I always like the regular stuff. Balenciaga, I love Area, I love the list goes on.
Yeah, it's a very long
Yeah.
list because as you're listing them, I'm trying to to kind of create my list in my head, and it's kind of hard.
You know who I used to love? I don't hear about anymore. Via Spiga. I don't know if you know that brand. I loved Via Spiga. They just have this nice construct
Yeah.
in their design. I love it.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
designers, but I know I normally go every year. I used to go to Marissa Webb, which was
Yes,
which was the
Marissa
funny
Webb.
thing. That was the
Yes.
first invitation I got, and I was so excited. She's amazing.
Yes.
Because she's the creative director now for Banana Republic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's been for years. I don't know if she still is 2022, but
Yeah.
hopefully. But I remember she became the creative director there. But I used to love her shows. And then the regular Michael Kors was always good.
Michael Kors,
Tommy
yes.
Hilfiger,
Tom Ford.
all I like, even though I like the small designers, but I kind of always like the bigger designers because their shows are always always amazing.
You know who I like too?
BCBG, yeah,
I
I
love
used to look
BCBG.
forward to them every year as well.
There's these twins that I always like. I don't remember their name. Coco and
Coco
Breezy.
and Breezy, Coco and Breezy, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I love them.
I love
I've worked
Coco
with
and
them a few
Breezy.
times.
Yeah.
So this season,
Mm-hmm.
who are your top two?
Two
designers.
stands out to me. Area.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you about Area. Area, this collection is very sexy, futuristic, glam goth.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. It's not something you would wear every day,
Mm-hmm.
the stuff that they presented in their collection, but it's very much a statement piece. It's a
Right.
conversation piece. You wear Area and you will be the topic.
All right.
I love that. Laquan Smith. I
Yeah, you
love
speak a lot about
Laquan
Laquan.
Smith. You know what I mean? I love it. I love his designs. His design is very you could wear his stuff from the runway to an event to anywhere. Like you know
Right.
what I mean? Like his
Yeah,
stuff
his
is very
stuff are really, really
yeah,
nice.
very, very nice.
Really
His
nice.
stuff is very practical. You know, Area is not as practical, but I love it. But Laquan Smith stuff is very practical. It's very sexy. It makes you feel like very chic, glam. Like it's so I can't find the
Yeah.
words. How about you?
Oh, so that's your 2. For me, I mean, there are a ton of standout designers. Well, not really a ton, but a few standout designers for me this year. Vivian Tam, Kevin Hall, Tory Burch, always
Yes,
good.
always good.
Always
Tory
good.
Burch, I love
Puma. I love
Yes.
Puma this year because they incorporated, their
Usain
athletes
Bolt and
stuff
Elaine,
like that.
yep.
Sammy B was great, but my favorite this year that I attended was Tiffany Brown Designs. Was amazing. Her collection was the mint green. It was beautiful. I like mint green, but then when I saw a full collection of it, it was amazing, and they had it at the Rolls Royce,
Ooh.
showroom. So you had the cars and everything.
Oh, so that
And-
makes it look. Oh,
But the
I would have loved
green
to be
was
there.
amazing, and she had different looks. She had ruffles. There were pieces with ruffles, and most of the pieces were very elegant.
So
and nice.
she had a lot of textured pieces, or
Texture, yes, but I think with the color, with the green, everything kind of blended
okay.
really. So it was very relatable pieces that I think any girl would grab off the rack
Okay.
and wear. And my next favorite was the confessional showroom. Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
It was more of a pop style, kind of, more futuristic, pop, colorful, artistic,
Yeah.
very artistic
Yeah.
and creative. I forgot the name of a jewelry designer. Her pieces were on the model. She sat right beside me, and then she asked me, because, at Fashion Week, they ask you,
Yeah,
who you
yeah.
represent, what's your name, stuff, and she had this necklace on that was like a two-way necklace. So with the necklace you have the pendant at the front.
Yeah, and you pin it in the
and
back.
the back don't have no use. With her necklace, it had like animals. So the one that she had on was, I think it was like an elephant. So you had elephant, lion, a bunch of different. So you had the elephant, big elephant pendant at the front, and then when you flip it around, the back part of it had another design at the back. So at first, when I saw her, she had the elephant at the back.
Yeah.
So I was like, why is this woman wearing her necklace backward? But then she explained, I'm like, but then when she turned to me and I saw the front, I was like, but it looks normal at the front. So why is the pendant hanging at the back?
Yeah.
And she was explaining to me that that's how her designs are. I'm gonna have to I have her card. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. But the necklaces were amazing. The pieces, they were great. I took some videos and photos and stuff, so I'll probably drop them in,
Okay.
the show. But those were my two, and I'm biased to picking them because it was shows that I attended. But they were really great. So that's why I actually chose them as standouts, because they were amazing.
Okay, that's good.
Where where do you want to see fashion go?
I want people to take more risk with fashion, including myself.
Okay.
I tend to dress safe these days. Back then, I used to, take risks. So I want people to take risk. I want people to start, because you don't have to wear things together. Because nowadays, fashion,
Or you mean with color blocking?
color, textures, everything, because back then with fashion, this is why I'm saying back then was more creative. You had to put pieces together to make it fashionable. Nowadays, you go into a store, it's already.
But
there for you.
not to cut you, but you know what I think it is? Because back then it was more organized. People dressed by the time, by
Yeah.
the era, by
Yeah.
what was available,
Yeah.
what the aristocrats or the higher, privileged people wore. Everybody kind of fed off that. But I think in today's age, like nobody goes by a book or a script anymore.
That's true, but what I'm saying,
Everybody wear their own
I
stuff
know,
with their own style.
but what I'm saying is back then, you had to put pieces together to make an outfit. It wasn't just there for you. Now the outfit is there. You go on someone's website, it's like there. The outfit is.
Oh, do they have a lot of inspirations?
Yes.
Okay.
Back then, you had to really think about putting an outfit together. And then nowadays, with fast fashion, it's like, you know what I mean? Yes, people dress however they want and stuff like that, but it's not like.
Okay, so that's where it's at. So where?
That's where I want. That's what I want.
Okay,
I
that's where
want
you
people
want
to
it to
get
go.
back to the creative part of fashion, not being so safe.
So you want to go forward by going back?
Sometimes you gotta go back in order to go forward,
Okay.
darling. So no, seriously, you gotta go back sometimes to go forward. And
I
people-
agree, because there are, you know how obsessed I am with those eras
Yeah.
back then, and selfishly, I would want to have us go there, as you say, back,
Yeah.
just so that I can experience it.
Yeah.
In my lifetime.
Because think about this, how cool would it be, right, for someone to like have on a nice Victorian outfit with some killer freaking John Varvatos type of
But
boots, or
you see it, but it's normally more costume, like for movies.
I know,
not
but
not for
no,
everyday
take
life.
away the costumey part of it. You can. I bet you right now, if Rihanna
Well,
put on
that's what I was gonna say.
one of those things
Get Rihanna,
and
Beyonce,
pair it
one
with
of
a
them
boot,
to do it, then-
a boot with some spikes. Listen,
Call her.
you can recreate a Victorian dress, one of those poofy dress, but make it short in the
Well,
front,
yeah.
with a crop top, and you could do
you
something.
get those stuff like when they have like the Met Gala and stuff, but not ready to wear everyday life.
I know, but that's what I'm saying.
It would be
like,
cool. I believe
it shouldn't.
It would be cool.
It shouldn't be just Met Gala make people want to, like, I feel like people need to get back to dressing to the T. Because, listen, living in New York, I don't know
It's gonna
about
be
now.
it's gonna be a tough sell to these Gen Z kids, because
That's true.
they are rebels when it comes
I know, that's
when it comes to
true.
fashion. They're
Yeah.
doing their own thing.
But if Rihanna does it, they'll do it.
I mean, well,
You know.
I don't think these kids, probably us, because these kids have their
Yeah,
own
you're
influencers
right,
and
you're right.
and idols.
Yeah.
They more look up to TikTokers and YouTubers.
I
now.
just, because back then, remember, I don't know how New York is now because I don't live in New York. But back then, you go into the supermarket in the city, you're dressed up. Nowadays, nobody dress up to
Yeah.
So it's like, that's where I want things to go.
And the funny thing is, it's interesting because you say dress up, people are dressing down, and it's getting worse because if you look like Kanye West style of fashion, that's like going down because
Yeah.
he wear those baggy,
You were
torn
like,
up
yeah.
clothes and stuff. So it's like, yes, it's fashion forward because we're going forward, but is that the direction that you want to go? Because that's the direction, because see, what's that brand that made the clothespin earring?
Oh yeah, I know that, but I don't know the name of the brand.
Was it Was it Balenciaga? Was it Balenciaga?
Balenciaga always make.
Because
Listen, don't be
or was
surprised.
it clothespin or shoelace?
I think it's a clothespin.
And I think I saw shoelace.
They,
Earrings as
Yeah,
well.
they make stuff out of ketchup bottles and stuff.
Yeah, you guys gonna have to
Balenciaga.
drop in the comments because
Yeah.
those stuff because they're coming out with some bizarre.
Listen,
So it's like that's the future of fashion. That's where fashion going. But it's like
but you know what though? Fashion always repeats itself. Fashion always go back
Mm-hmm.
to the past sometimes, pick a few things and bring it to the future.
Some of these stuff are outrageous. I'm
But
like,
honestly, I do like Kanye though. Like he's my best friend.
so you
I love him.
Kanye.
Yeah, I love that guy.
I thought you said me. Thought you said Kanye, your best friend.
Kanye West. He is. He just doesn't know it. He's my best friend. He just doesn't know it.
Yeah.
I love him. You remember
That's
the
fine.
first?
Our name is similar, so you can.
You remember the
can do
first
that.
episode we were talking about who's our style icon and stuff, and I say Rihanna. You know who else I really love as a guy?
Kanye.
Besides Kanye, I love
Okay.
Kanye as a person. His designs, not so much. Even though I heard they're comfortable.
So you're not wearing those easy.
I don't
Foam
own a
slippers.
Yeezy. I would wear it. It looks comfortable.
It looks comfortable, but as relates to
I would not wear it out. I would wear it to like run errands.
that's what these kids wearing.
You know, but I like Kanye as a person. He's a creative genius. Like he's misunderstood, but that's for a different topic.
Yeah.
But my style icon as a guy, I have two.
Pharrell.
It goes from one spectrum to the other spectrum.
All right, let's hear it.
Idris Elba. I love how he dresses.
I love Idris, but I don't think I've ever like
I just love the way
zoned
he dresses.
in on his fashion.
Just-
No, I'll have to.
Yeah, he's
I'll have
not
to
like
check because-
fashionable, but I love the way he knows how to go from
Or
street style.
is it that you like his body and his complexion?
No.
Because
I like the
because
way
one
he
thing
dresses.
because one thing especially with black guys, chocolate skin guys, certain colors we can wear, and it doesn't have to be something fancy or out there, but it looks great, especially if you have a nice chiseled fit body.
But with Idris,
I'm gonna have to check that
no,
because I
check him
can't-
out. He could go from real street style to a well-dressed guy.
Yeah, for sure.
And I love that.
Because-
some people can't pull it off. Some people can't pull
I
off
see
everything.
he do it in his movies, but that's what I'm saying. From an acting standpoint,
Not an
yeah,
acting.
but I haven't really
Just
like
look at
his real life. I haven't,
Yeah, go on his
I haven't-
Instagram. He dresses well.
I'm gonna have to check it
Even
out.
when he dresses down, he dresses well.
So that's where the top or the bottom.
That's the top.
All right, it's the
So
bottom.
it's not the bottom, but you're gonna be like, really, Jay? Maybe I just like the person.
Okay.
I love Johnny Depp, the way he dresses like a bum. Sometimes I love it.
You know what?
I love
do.
the way he
No,
dresses.
I understand.
Yeah.
I do because I feel like, and it's really cool that you mentioned that because I feel like some people can dress a particular way and get away with it
With it,
because of their
yes. Mm-hmm.
personality. Because his same thing
Yes.
like Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
He give you that Western
Yes.
type of feel, but us people be like, cowboy, that's boring.
Yeah.
But
he pulls it off.
with his personality, so Johnny Depp, yeah, I'm with you on Johnny Depp.
I love how Johnny Depp dresses, but only him can pull it off. Okay, nobody else.
So yeah, we did Fashion Week.
I know.
We did Fashion Week.
New York.
New York Fashion Week. New York Fashion Week is over. Our discussion about New York Fashion Week
Yeah.
is over. Thank you guys for sitting with us and chatting about New York Fashion Week.
Episode 3.
I hope you've learned something new, and for those who already know, it kind of bring you back though, because our perspective
Yeah.
on this episode was really going
Back to our experience back
with
then
Fashion
and
Week,
stuff.
and not
yeah.
so much focusing on
this current fashion week.
Fashion Week
And if you
stuff like
have
that.
any question, guys, leave it in the comment below. And if there's something that we said that wasn't so accurate, you could also leave that in the comments.
I mean, I'm sure most of what we said was
You
like,
know.
because it was mainly our
Opinion. And
I try not to quote stuff that will get me in trouble.
True.
Thanks, guys, for chatting with us. We have an amazing topic for next week.
Yes.
So stay tuned.
Stay tuned, guys. Bye.
Don't forget to subscribe.